Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Discipline Hustle podcast where we learn, build, and grow by hearing the stories of others like yourselves and learning their story. So at the end of the day, we've got Mo Abramson from Pickle LA here with us. Hey, Mo. Thanks for coming.
Hey,
Hey. So yeah, let's get started, Reggie.
Yeah, Mo. So tell us about Pickle LA. What is Pickle LA?
so Pickle LA or Pickle Los Angeles is we're a pickleball club. We are a brand, and we focus on customer service. It's one of our main focuses. When people come in here, we want them to feel welcome and part of something, not just like a pickleball court that you walk into on a regular park, but part of like a higher end, you know, good feeling when you walk in, clean, nice courts, good vibes. That's what we are. That's what we stand for. And yeah,
Awesome. Good vibes. I like that. That's one of the things I think with pickleball, as obviously you already know, like I tell people all the time. I played tennis in college, and when I left college, it was really hard for me, and that was years ago, by the way, like years and years, 20 plus years ago, I graduated college. But it was, as a tennis player, in my opinion, it was hard to play, like go to a park and play, right? You'd have to call up your friends. If they're not available, then okay, I can't play because they're not available. Whereas in pickleball, you literally you can go by yourself and then you can get into a game. No problem. Right. Very, very social. And I like that, the good vibes part, because I think that's important. That's what keeps the sport
yeah,
kind of going. Right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, for
So
sure.
now that you told us about Pickle Los Angeles, so you were kind of telling us the origin story. So tell us your origin story so all the viewers or the listeners can hear your origin story.
Sure. So the way it started was way back 2+ years ago when I started playing pickleball. Um, we I fell in love with it instantly, like a lot of us. And my history. I was always into sports. I always played basketball, big basketball player as a kid, even through my adult years.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I mean, I actually just played this past Saturday night. My body's like sore because I
I
haven't
feel
played in
you.
like 3 months, and then I jumped
Yeah.
into a game and
Oh
like
yeah.
hardcore baller. So like I had to show up,
Yeah.
or they
Oh
would have been
yeah.
upset. I was always into sports. Always loved the industry. Always followed basketball, even baseball, football. So when I picked up pickleball a couple years ago, I did play tennis, like as a like just rec, just for fun. But then when I picked up pickleball, it was just like instantly like, wow, like I'm good at this. I love it, and it's just addicting. And I'm like, I want to play. I was playing like 3 4 times a week, just right away. Got into the gear, got into it like, like all of us, like
Yeah.
one paddle, two paddles,
Oh
another paddle.
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh
what
yeah.
am I doing? What am I
Tons of
doing?
paddles.
Yeah. I can only
You
play with
know,
one at a time. Why do I
yeah,
have 10?
exactly. It's like, and then the frame, this ball, that ball, um, and then, um, and then like basically the main thing was like we were on these courts. Anyone who's familiar with Los Angeles, like this area, there's like either Plummer Park,
Hmm.
um, which is a public park, and then they're they only have 4 courts, and you can't you cannot see the ball at night so well. Like
Mm.
the lighting's terrible. So
Yeah, that
it's
place.
also I mean it's a great they have good competition, but like just the lighting at night is terrible, and it's really hard to get a court there. They're just like they get booked up right away. You need to be on your phone like 7 days in advance to book an open play, and otherwise you miss out. So that place was like one spot, but like I originally was playing in La Cienega, which is
Yay.
which is like La Cienega, Beverly Hills. They're like 20 minutes from where I am, which
Uh,
isn't bad. Maybe like 15 minutes without
depending
traffic.
on traffic. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Depending on traffic. So, um, I started playing there, and also even over there, the courts are like taped down. The lines are taped,
Yep.
Oh.
or maybe painted
On
even,
a
but like
tennis court. Yeah, no.
Mm.
There's
yeah,
several
yeah,
lines all over it's very
yeah,
confusing. And
and
they have bad nets there too sometimes.
yeah, the nets are taped. The nets are also like super weak. Also, even like the line when you like do a deep serve and it hits the back line, the ball would spin out.
Skips. Yeah, it
Yeah.
skips.
Yeah.
Literally.
So like so just like we were playing, all the time there, and like Friday afternoons when I would get back to get back, it would take me like 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, we got to find nice courts around here, and that's kind of where the idea started. I was in subcontracting at the time. Wasn't so thrilled. I didn't love it. Did doors, frames, and hardware.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was just gonna ask
and-
you. Okay.
Yeah, and so I was like, I love a sport. Why don't we have more courts? And so I looked into it, and I saw across America, these places are popping up, like all over the place. And I'm like, hey, how come we don't have something like that? Looked into the numbers, looked into paddle sales, looked into, everything about the sport. And I'm like, we got to do this here. And so since then, I was just on a mission to find a spot, ideally indoors. And we found this spot. And like, we're right here in the heart of LA. It's an unbelievable location. And I just want to give that to the LA community. Like, this is a place where you can play. You can have beautiful courts, beautiful, everything about. Like, I just feel like it wasn't given. LA hasn't given pickleball the respect it deserved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It didn't. And like even in Plumber, like the pickleball courts turned into a tennis court after a certain time.
Oh.
And I was like, guys, come on, like we're in LA, like we should have the nicest courts here, right? Like, why don't we have that? And so that was my mission, to give pickleball the respect it deserves in Los Angeles.
Very
That's
good. Wow.
I like it. So, are you solo, or do you have like a partner or a group, or is it just you kind of going out there and doing this on your own kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, so I have a partner. I do have a
Okay.
partner. He has like a full-time job. So it's like I'm more like boots on the ground. But yeah, just myself and my partner, and
Okay.
we we don't have any big organizations behind us backing us. It's just us, scrappy two guys doing
That's
So-
great.
our thing.
Yeah,
So you've
no,
been
that's awesome.
how long was it, like, from start to where you are now? Like, what's this time frame? 2 years, 1 year?
So when we found the property, I mean, so again, so the property was just a bare land.
Mhm.
Literally the native soil was here, so it was
Right.
like hilly, and we had to come in and level it out. And obviously the permitting process and contracting process took a while. But from when I met the owner till right now, which we're open for just over 2 months, this Thursday,
Mhm.
we are at 1 year and 2 months.
A year and 2 months. Okay. And then even before you met with the owner, you were how long before that? Like, I'm just trying to get like this
Yeah.
timeline
Yeah.
of, okay, I have this idea. From
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
and
idea to
everybody
where you are.
else talks about how hard it is to do anything in LA because there's a lot of
Right.
permitting, and so you would
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
a lot of that process.
Yes, yeah. It's they run you. So if there's any little tiny detail that you are missing, they'll get you on it, and they'll stop you from being permitted here. It's like, and they think of the most
Really?
things, Yeah, it's like
It's not like Arizona, man.
Yeah.
LA is
Yeah.
a whole another animal.
yeah. So it definitely is. It was definitely a journey. Definitely a learning experience. I feel like now I would do things quicker,
Right.
more efficient.
So, okay. Well, no, that's good because it leads to one of the questions that we have for you is kind of the why, right? Because like you said, it is a journey. And so I'm assuming that there's probably some times where you're like, oh my gosh, should we still keep doing this because we keep hitting this this roadblock? What is that thing that keeps you going to say, okay, we're gonna keep pushing through? Like, what is your why?
Good question. That's a good question, Reggie. Well, also, so yeah. I mean, before you asked, like, how long before we
Yeah.
even found this property. So just to go back to there, and I think that'll help answer this question.
Yeah.
So I was working for a subcontracting company, and I didn't feel so fulfilled. I didn't, it wasn't my own, but it was just like I just wasn't so like
Passion.
the passion wasn't there.
Yes.
Obviously, if technically speaking, it's like, okay, if you put more money in front of my face to do what I was doing, would I be more passionate? Probably, yeah, probably a little bit more than what I was at, but there wasn't like I didn't feel like I owned it. You know what I mean? It wasn't so exciting to me. I feel like that's with a lot of jobs. when someone could be in a job, even if they are getting paid well, it's like, it's very like routine, and it's just like, this is my job, this is what I do every single day, like without any, a lot of people are probably stuck in this boat. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm happy I'm getting paid, but like, do I love what I do? It's okay, with sports, for me it was always sports. So to me, I always love sports. I always feel like it's just the greatest thing in the world. It's competitive, it gives people great outlet. It's just like there's competition, and there's skill, and there's grinding and working, and like accomplishments and fame and fortune, and like there's just so much there's so much in sports.
Yeah.
Sports has it all. So when it took me about, I would say we were looking 7 to 8 months before we found this place. I was totally focused on building this up and meeting with investors, meeting with people. Like, I can't tell you how many people I met pitching this idea, and trying to get investors and trying to get partners. Like, it took me a long time, but I was on a mission because, first of all, I have a family. I'm married and I have a family, and I know I needed a way to support them, but I also know that, like, until I'm like, I need to be happy as well. So if I stuck with my old job, could I have supported my family? Yeah. But would I be the best dad and the best husband and the best me that I could be? I didn't think so. And so that's when I was like looking and thinking, like, it didn't just start with pickleball. It was other jobs,
Sure.
other ideas, other apps, other like ideas that I had, I still have them, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but like this, like, out of all the things that I was exploring, pickleball to me was like, it's not just a sport. There's a community behind it. And it's so
great.
like, and that's when I noticed that the people who I in my community, the people I was talking to the most and seeing and having like these fun interactive experiences with on the daily or every other day was the people I was playing pickleball with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, if this is just from a sport, it's not like, oh, these are my basketball homies and I see them once and whenever we get together. Like, no, like it's like when I see them in town, it's like, yo, like,
exactly.
and it's like,
Yeah,
these are my boys, like, go out to drink after or whatever, just hang out with them. But like, it's more than just like my guys who I play with. These are the guys who I'm like, so once that happened, I was like, there's something special about this sport. It's not like the other sports. There's something more. There's something community driven. There's something like, and LA is dying for that. Like, LA people, you can be living here and I've lived here my whole life. And like, I don't know people who live like 2 doors down from me, 3 doors down from me, and I lived there for years. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. But all of a sudden on the pickleball courts, I'm meeting people who, this guy lives right here, right around the corner from me, right across the street. Like, what? You lived here all this whole time?
Yeah.
But once I meet them at pickleball, all of a sudden we're besties, right?
I totally get it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, same thing.
I get it.
I played basketball. I was playing basketball a lifetime. And I see those guys just like you. Hey, what's up, man? See him at the gym. Cool. Come on the pickleball court, dude. We're having barbecues. You know what I mean? Like,
come to my birthday party,
different,
whatever.
Right?
It's true. It's true.
Like everything.
It's so strange. It's like, wow. Okay. No, I get it. So I do have a question. So I always like to ask this. In the beginning phases, when you said you were pitching and stuff like that, did you have like a full-on written out business plan, or did you have kind of like a framework? And that's what you were pitching, as opposed to the straight out, like, here's the executive summary and here's a this and then it is. Like, how did you go out, like, starting it and then pitching it to, and because we work with a lot of people as well that try to pitch ideas for different businesses. And so I'm always curious, like, you obviously did something right. So what was your process like for this?
That's a good question. In the beginning, I didn't have, it was just me, and like, I'm not the greatest with computers and graphics and wording. So I put together whatever I could, with some help with some, a friend or two. And then, I had to get my numbers straight. I feel like that was something big, is like, if you're going to pitch this to anybody, make sure you have the numbers, make sure the passion's there. You don't have to be like the smartest guy.
Right.
No.
But you do have to have passion and have some numbers that make sense to share. My process was I mean, I did put together a little pitch deck. I did work on that pretty hard, to come up with something decent. First it was like, looking up on YouTube how to do a pitch deck, you know. and then,
Yeah,
and
man.
then
That's right.
and
That's
then-
the best
and
teacher
then-
in the world, man.
yeah, like, and then like, okay, like I remember following step by step,
Yeah.
and then I'm like 3 days in, I'm like, okay, this is crazy, you know. But so some people are just like, some people you get introduced to, they're just like, show me the numbers, like
Yeah.
skip this,
Yeah.
skip the
Yeah,
club,
yeah.
you know, and it can get like pretty intense, like
Yeah.
We preach that all the time. Know your numbers, you know, because
Yeah,
that's really what they
yeah.
care about. Yeah.
yeah, there's that, and but then there's also, like, I'll admit, you can get someone, you can get intimidated and get foggy, you know. You could, like, there was this one guy who was this one guy was introducing me to somebody, and he's like, I'm not going to introduce you until I feel you're ready, and he put me through the ringer, and I'm like, this is crazy, like, and then since then I remember, like, not one meeting has gone like that. So, you know, the people who you're pitching to, they're just like regular guys, and if it makes sense, and they like you and they trust you, and you show them
That's
that you're
it.
confident.
Trust.
That's what really matters, you know.
Yeah.
If they see that you're some guy who's trustworthy, or, you know, and is ready to work. So that's what I did. I met with a bunch of people. A lot of it was, eventually I met, you know, my friend who I go back with, and he's my partner.
Mhm.
But we did meet with a bunch of landlords who we were, you know, and a lot of them didn't go. So, you know, they didn't go
Sure.
well. Yeah. So
It
I
only
mean,
takes one yes, right? Just that one
Yeah.
yes to get you going, and now
yeah, exactly.
now you can go somewhere, like if you were to come out in Arizona, right? You're like, hey, we have proof of concept.
Persistence.
Like,
Yeah.
working.
Stay with it. That shows your,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
you really
yeah,
do
yeah.
have that passion.
Exactly. Especially like what you were saying, Rob, before, that there were so many times where we hit roadblocks, and it's like, oh, the city doesn't allow this, and it's like, what? Like, we're 6 months in, a few $100,000 in. What do you mean the city doesn't allow this? A drainage, like something that's, there were times
Wow.
there was times where it's like, oh, there's this drainage rule that like nobody thought of until now, that like this
Oh
this
my God.
applies, and it's like, oh wait, that's gonna cost us that much money plus months and months, delay the a few times it happened, and it was rough, and I was like, are you, like, this is great, like, are we done, you know, like, should we stop?
Yeah. Wow.
Should we do this without permits? Like, it was like a, you know, and risk getting shut down. Like, it was a lot of that. But yeah, once I was in, I was like, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna figure it out. And like, that's how these things are built. It's just like, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's one day at a time, and it's just one step at a time, and hopefully eventually it comes together. You know.
So are there, this is an LA thing. Like, is there, because I was curious, you're outside. Is there like any like noise ordinance type thing? Like, oh, you can't be open till, you know, up until 10 o'clock at night because of the noise, or anything like that you have to worry about?
So I think the noise ordinance over here is past 10 or 11. We are in a private property. It's not like a park where like they have pretty strict rules, but in the park. But like, yeah, we're definitely cognizant about our neighbors. We have,
That's my brother.
Yeah.
He lives right
Jason.
back door. Yeah, James. That's how we met, Mo. We met through James, and
James,
my brother's really cool about it. And he definitely is gonna come by when he's got the twins, so he's got little time. But yeah, you guys are a great neighbor. You know, he hears the noise, and so he definitely understands. It's a business, but yeah, it's great that you guys care about the neighborhood.
Yeah, we do. And like, I put up a bunch of foam. We spent a lot of money on foam and just making sure that the noise doesn't get too loud. I mean, I know we've had like neighbors text us or call us, hey, the music's too loud. And I'm like, oh shoot, okay, we got it. No worries. You know, a lot of times it's actually the music that because we play music.
Yeah.
I think that does help out with the ball, the sound of the ball hitting. Yeah, I've actually walked back there, and it's not. I was surprised how well we did with the insulating it. I do feel like maybe the higher you, like, we have some neighbors on the 4th floor, so maybe like they could hear it better. But yeah, it's something that we're always on top of. Like past 10 o'clock, that's a hard stop. There've been a few times where Carbon came out with these quiet balls.
Yeah.
I
haven't played it, but I've heard.
I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've actually had some people who asked us if they could. There was actually like this actor who reached out to us and said, hey, I would like to play till 10:30. Can you guys make that happen? And so I said, yeah. You know, we actually have these silent balls. If you want after 10, try them out. Cool. And so they came and they had a great time from 10 to 10:30. They play and like all of a sudden you just hear nothing. It's the weirdest thing ever.
What? Really?
Yeah, but like It's weird to play
Whoa.
with. It's weird to play
I was
with,
gonna
but
say, how is it playability wise?
like I think they got the weight. They have the weight down, so it feels. It's just it bounces a little bit, so your drops have to be perfect. You know,
Okay.
but it works. You can have rallies.
Huh.
You can have good points and play. So they had a great
There
time
you
from 10 to
go.
10:30. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
but
Learn
yeah,
something new.
yeah, exactly. So it's definitely on our minds. The neighbors are always on our
That's
minds,
cool.
and we always say like if you have an issue, reach out to us. We'll come like we'll even like help them insulate their apartment if it comes down to it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, Mo. All right.
Yeah.
So what's the next question, Reggie?
Oh, this
Segue.
is your question you normally ask. It's the economy. Like, as the current economy, I mean, I know you've only been open for a couple months, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, I see you have 3 different tiers of membership. Like, has the economy, have people been like, oh man, I can't do it, or has it affected you, or do you see it affecting you at any time right now?
I mean, there's definitely people I've seen who have come in and they're like, "Oh, whoa, you know, you're that's how much it costs. It's not $3. Um, you know, it's not, you know, because
$3.
I mean, because people
Yeah,
are used to
the public courts
uh
probably or
yeah,
something.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, people are used to the public courts, the public parks here. So we are very new. The concept of paying for pickleball in this city is new, and like
Mm.
I do see the struggle of like breaking it in, you know, or let's say like paying a monthly membership. It's just funny because um, I like a plumber park person one time walked in here and she was talking to us and she's like, you know how much I spent on pickleball this past year? And I'm like, it's how much does it cost to play each time? She's like, it's $3, you know, an open play. She's like, I spent $3,800 this past year on pickleball.
Whoa.
And I'm like, wow. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I play every single day. I play like
Oh,
three or
that's why.
she's like, I play every day at the
Wow.
open play, which is only if it's only $3, that's only $99 a month.
Yeah.
But she rents a court afterwards. She goes,
Oh,
you know, and then she'll go and she buys paddles and this and that. She said she looked through all her statements and she spent that much money. And that's what I told her. I was like, with us though, you can get a membership, and at least it's locked in. Like you're not
yeah.
spending more than 150 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why like a lot of people don't understand that, and they're like, oh, it's $3 at the park. Yeah, but you go to the park a few times a week, maybe multiple times a day. It adds up. So in the end of the day, yes, the park is definitely going to be cheaper. But we have memberships for people to be like, hey, if you're a grinder, if you're like a pickleball addict, you're gonna get your value here, you know, for sure. Like we do not make money on addicted members, you know, because they're getting
They're
as
here
much
all the
court
time.
time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
and
think
that's fine.
that's the thing though,
That
you
makes
know,
sense.
when you go up against like a public courts, right? It's not only the fees adding up, but the experience. Because I mean, I'm going through your social, and it's not just
Yeah.
pickleball. Like
It's
you
really
Yeah,
guys
cool.
have, and just like Starbucks, right? That's the whole Starbucks model of, hey, you can get coffee for 99 cents or 50 cents, but you go to Starbucks, you get this because it's
It's the
Starbucks. It's
experience,
the
right?
experience that
yeah,
you're
yeah,
putting out
exactly.
The
there.
customer service, like you
Right.
were saying in the beginning, that's what differentiates you
Right.
from a lot of other places. And
Yeah,
you know, just talking to you, I could tell,
Yeah.
you know, that you're a very caring person that you know, cares about the community and stuff like that. So, yeah, it makes a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
sense.
Whenever like there've been many places that I've walked into besides for the park, like even pickleball centers, and I was made to feel like, what are you doing here? Like, can I help you? And you know, I've walked into a pickleball center and I just wanted to check it out. Like I've heard, like I love pickleball and I'm, you know,
Yeah.
this pickleball, I'm going to check it out. And I walked in and it's like, oh, can I help you? It's like, and after a few minutes, I'm like, oh no, I'm good. And I walked out,
Mhm.
you know? So like you know, what I always tell all the staff here and like my manager, and just to make that the kind of like our policy, like there should never be someone who walks into our place and doesn't get greeted and shown around and spoken to like a friend, you know. And so people will walk in and we'll take the time, and sometimes it is annoying. It's like I get it. People are working and they're like, do you have a reservation? No. So then what do you want? But like it's a priority by us to make them feel welcome, and hey, why don't you come check out our courts, try it out? Why don't I just show you how to play for 5 minutes, you know? And like we will, like our staff will jump into games. We will jump onto a court with newbies and show them how to play the game for even if it's a few minutes, you know? We'll put on a video for them and we'll walk them through it. And so many people have already done that, walk through us, and they know that like they're welcome just to come and chill and play, or if they want to just watch, like, you know, I can show you. Even we have like this, like right now I'm sitting in our little lounge area, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is just like, this is the lounge area, these are the courts, you know. And then when you walk in, you're greeted like, this is like our pro shop right here. A guy by the check-in, and then you pop in here, and like we have dining, to sit down tables.
Oh, that's awesome.
And at nighttime it gets fun also. It gets like a vibe, turns into a nice vibe. And yeah, it's just
not to rub it in, Reggie, but it's only about 79 degrees outside right now.
Just looking out there, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like perfect.
I know, I can see your face like, oh my God, that weather looks so nice.
They're playing outside? What?
That weather's so nice.
No, that's awesome.
Right. Well, what is it by you now?
Right now it's 92. 92.
Oh wow!
It's actually a little cooler just because it rained the past 2 days. So
a
few days ago. So that's why. Yeah. But yeah, outside. Wow. Anyways, all right. So a few more questions here, and then we'll let you bounce. So 2 questions regarding on advice, right? So the first question is, what advice would you give yourself, knowing what you know now about starting, you know, PIKL Los Angeles, and what advice would you give yourself? That's the first one. And the other one is, what advice would you give somebody else who wants to kind of start their own thing?
Like their own specifically
business,
pickleball?
Whatever it is. No, just whatever.
Any venture.
Yeah,
any
yeah.
venture.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good question. What advice would I give myself? I think maybe something I would give myself, the advice would be not to get so caught up on the little details. Like make it not everything has to be perfect in the beginning when you're meeting people.
That
like number
sense.
one is like just go out there and talk and be friendly. You don't have to be so private about what you're doing. Obviously, you don't want to boast about things before and you have anything going, because that's also something like people, like, you know, even when I had this idea, you know, like I know other startups or other people are like, oh, I'm doing this, and then it doesn't happen, and it's like hard to say that and then have to own up to it. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to be on the flip side either. But just to like not get so stuck on like the fear of not being perfect with your with my pitch deck and having the perfect, like, you know, pitch, and also expecting it to take longer, really expecting it to take longer than you set out to be, than you expect it to be. So whatever that is, and however much you think it's going to cost, it's going to be more. So yeah, like
that's very good.
Really, yeah. And if you're raising capital, or if you're putting together capital for any project, you know, whatever you think it's going to be, you know, put in there a little more for the time, and put in there a little more for yourself to be taken care of, you know, salary wise and expense wise. You know, make sure you're taking care of, you know. So because like I would tell, just to be honest, like with me when starting, I didn't take a lot for myself at all, and things took longer, and it was a strain on myself and my family, financially. So it was definitely something that I would give myself advice, if I would give myself advice, is to cut out, you know, expect it to take longer, more expensive, and also make sure you take care of yourself in that regard financially, if you can.
No, good advice.
Yeah.
So that would work for anybody, not just yourself then, right? Like just in general okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I think any business venture, anyone starting a business, definitely that advice can work both ways. Yeah, for sure.
But I also like what you were saying before about like not necessarily don't sweat the little things, because you will eventually, but to get going, because, you know, I do that too a lot, is like, but what do they say, the paralysis by analysis, right? You end up stopping yourself like, oh no, I can't do that because of random stuff, and you're like, overall it's a good idea, just go throw it out there, you know, see
Yeah.
what
Yes.
you know?
Yes, exactly. Or getting overwhelmed by like the little details. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Awesome. So we have one question left, but before we get there, How can people find you? Where's PIKL Los Angeles? And give us that spiel, and then we'll do our fun little random question.
Okay, sure. Yeah. People could find us. You go online. We're at PIKLLA.com, PickleLA.com. You can find us right here off the corner of La Brea and Wilshire. So we're on La Brea, right next to the metro station, which is going up. You can find us on Instagram. Our social media handle is PIKL Los Angeles, or any of the social media platforms. And yeah, come check it out.
Okay.
You can reach out to us too, because we know Mo.
I haven't been there, but I want to go there. It sounds awesome, and play outside in nice weather. All right, so now Mo, we've got a random question here. So I have literally a random question generator. So I'm going to pull it up here. You may not be able to see it because it might be small on your phone, but
We'll read it out
I'll
loud.
read it out to you. So we've got it up, and we'll spin the question.
And we have no idea what it's going to ask you. So here you go.
Oh, if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Nice. Think of your basketball days.
That's a good.
See, I'm from Chicago, so mine would be and now
walk-in music.
your Chicago Bulls. Yeah. The walk-in music.
It's a good question. I'm thinking. Right away, I was thinking of because of this interview, I was thinking of that Eminem. The Eminem song of if you had one chance.
Oh yeah, that's a good
great.
one.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's off the top of that. But I mean, actual what song I like. I mean, it's a tough question because there's so many good songs out there. Or Thunderstruck. I don't know. There's a few.
Is there a song that you're like, okay, I gotta listen to this song one time before I get to where you are? That one song or anything like that.
Recently I've been I like Beatles, and there's this one song.
Cool.
There's what's it called again? I forgot the name off the top. I mean, obviously one of my favorite songs was "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," but that's not my theme of my life song.
No, I know that song.
I don't know. I guess Thunderstruck. Sure, why not?
Thunderstruck. Nice. All right. Well, no. Hey, man. We really appreciate you coming on board here and spending.
Yeah, I really
minutes.
appreciate Mo.
We know you're busy.
We'll do it again too. We'll follow up a little later because I definitely find your business model interesting, and I grew up just like you did. Playing at the same place. We talked about that. We even had those guys from NVZ on the No Volley Zone. They did a podcast with us, so I know they came and visited your place. Rob Hutchins and his and Jerry came by. So yeah, definitely you guys are making a splash, and I really like your stories. So keep up the good work, and we'll follow up with you guys. Definitely.
Thank you.
How you're doing.
Yeah, awesome. And so to our listeners and our viewers, thanks again for listening to the Discipline Hustle podcast. Keep learning, keep growing, keep building, and we'll go from there.